Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. When you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Oregon Ducks, the House of Loud, Autzen Stadium in Eugene. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the Texas Longhorns, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Texas offense will get the first possession of the game. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Lewis to throw. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Back to pass on second down. The defense gets loose, bringing the Heat, and down he goes again. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. The short hands, it's Rocket. They stop him short, and we'll have a big fourth down coming. The Longhorns will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. So the Oregon Ducks offense will try to get something started with their first possession. We've seen freshmen step into the running back position with big expectations many times. David, Herschel, Walker, Adrian Peterson, among others, and they hope that they found a guy like that here.
Well, and he's highly touted. He's got the skill set, obviously, highly recruited. Everybody talked about it. But this is a different animal, Palmer. Like when you come into this atmosphere and you got a bunch of full-grown men coming at you, I'm very curious to see how he responds. I know he has the physical ability, but is he ready for this?
He looks really good coming off the bus, I'll say that. He is definitely built different, but he's going to have to run different than he did at high school. David, you know this. You can't bounce every run to the outside and get away with it like you did at high school. I'm really curious to see the discipline he's going to have in this game running the football now that he's playing against me.
And to the end zone. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one. And the Ducks line it up with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3.
And how about the defense on that play, man? Playing aggressive, fast, downhill, first and goal, expecting run. Great job fitting the...
Touchdown, Oregon! Quick strike through the air for the score. They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into games because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in the game.
This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Lewis wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Caught over the middle. It's McCutcheon. Coming through that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block that. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backward?
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. He is a menace rushing the passer. Career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him, turning it on.
He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
Third down, understanding exactly where the sticks are. You know, you got to stop certain routes so they don't get to certain depths. Quarterback completes and gets another first down. Got to be a little bit more mindful of where those sticks are.
Caught behind the line. It's McCutcheon. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Going to swing it on second down. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
Well, you can see why this team thinks this kid has a real bright future. It's amazing. He's only a true freshman. He's not built like one, though, and you saw it on that last play. Trust me, that is the first of many sacks in this kid's collegiate career.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. The Longhorns will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. From the gun, running back on the move. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Right back to the well. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still just a very short gain. The Ducks come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Gets it out fast. At the 40, there he goes. What a play by this offense. Finally out of bounds, and a perfect way to wrap up the first quarter. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. First play of the period, first down here. Power football with the run. He has the first and still on his feet. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. The Ducks are moving quickly down the field. Working that left side now. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Ducks!
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
He'll bring it out. It's Butler. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point,
and the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
How about this defense in this game so far? Already 5 sacks, and we're only in the second quarter. I think if you're the offensive coordinator, you have got to start mixing up these play calls, moving the pocket, get your quarterback away from danger, because it's obvious. This offensive line, they cannot hold up, and they cannot get it done.
The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this third down. Oh, they're after him. Got it in the middle. It's Lockett. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down. And the Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. Lewis to throw. And he was drilled just as he released. As it's incomplete.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this guy's been beat like a drum. He's been hit, sacked a bunch of times already, and another hit right here. I'm literally looking at my offensive line and be like, dude, I need some more time. You got to protect me better than this. Give me a chance to complete some passes.
Caught in the backfield, it's McCutcheon. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. And the Longhorns line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They've had a really productive first half so far, and they'll try to add to it here. Throws to the wideout. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there. Guys, let's chat for a moment about Oregon. What does the top 5 ranking mean for week 1? Optimism, hope? Maybe, David, an excuse for the other team's fans to rush the field if they knock you off.
Well, it means, first of all, absolutely nothing, because preseason rankings don't show up anywhere at the end of the season, but it means this team is talented. It means they're thought of highly. They got to go earn it, Jesse, and it starts today, but the talent obviously is all over the field.
The number in the preseason rankings means absolutely nothing. You saw Florida State recently start in the top 10. They won 2 games by the end of the year. So you've got to go earn it. Yes, you're talented. Yes, a lot of eyeballs are going to be watching you, and people are really excited. You've got an opportunity to do things really, really that are special this season, but you've got to earn it on the field.
Looking to get it in. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
Finds his big tight end. Into the house. Touchdown, Oregon!
Now, you always want to get the home crowd jacked up and get them excited. Get out to an early lead, and they have 20-0. Defense playing well. Offense playing well. They got a lot to cheer about here at home.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. Fielded in the end zone, it's Tatum. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. They really need to get points on this drive to sort of steady the ship. Lewis wants to pass. Buying some time.
This is a defense that's going to be aggressive, and they're not going to just sit back and rush 4 guys on that play. They are going to send the blitz. You're getting smaller, faster guys fighting fire with fire. You know this quarterback is athletic, but we've got fast guys too, and that time, that was a great play call defensively.
back to pass. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
This quarterback is thinking to himself, I need to get an NIL deal at some restaurant so I can take my offensive line out and feed them more, because I don't think they like me very much right now. I've been sacked 6 times in this game. It's time to get that new NIL deal paycheck.
Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
That's a great sign for this offense. Man, everything's been difficult so far, and you've dug yourself a huge hole. They're going to have to find some completions, find some energy, find some momentum somehow, because it's been a struggle out the gates.
They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Trying to get rid of it. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down.
And this is why this team is losing this game right now. They cannot protect their quarterback. He's already been sacked a bunch of times.
There he goes. They've got him now. He almost picked up that 1st down on the screen. The Longhorns want to crank the tempo. Gonna look downfield again. Got it in the middle. It's Lockett. At the 35, he's open. Turns it on down the left side. Touchdown, Longhorns! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
You got to wonder if that's going to be the play that changes the momentum in this game for the offense. It had been tough. They were up against it here early in the game, but the quarterback now starting to find a little bit of a rhythm. Really nice touch and throw on that touchdown. And here we go. This might be the play that gives them their confidence.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. So you get stuffed on 1st down, and now you have the offensive coordinator thinking a little bit.
Yeah, we're probably going to have to throw it now in this 2nd play. But what are we going to see defensively? Now that they know we're throwing, might they blitz us? Do I have to lead more guys in to block? There's a real cat and mouse game going on right now between these 2 coaching staffs.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that 1st down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Fires to the wideout. He makes the catch. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. And the Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll try it over the left side. Picks up the 1st down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They've moved to the 16. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. He makes a grab. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks!
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all 1st half. Running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
Coming out with it, it's Butler. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the 1st half. The give from the gun. He's stopped in the backfield again. This defense trying to send a message he'll have to carry into halftime. The Longhorns now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Lewis to throw. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together.
They got more sacks than a grocery store. Goodness gracious, time and time again, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground. This defense having their way.
He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. quarterback may change this route. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. He slings it deep to the left. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
This QB and his receiver really have found a nice rhythm early in this game. They've already linked up for a couple scores, so no surprise here before the end of the first half. They're looking for more, but give the defense credit when it's due. Nice job forcing an incompletion.
Looking downfield, and time is running short. Shoots it to the left. Just a Barishnikov-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the first down.
And that was awesome by the offense. Good completion, great awareness by the receiver getting out of bounds. If you're on offense now, jog off the field, get the field goal kicker out there. You're going to steal 3 points at the end of the half.
Flushed out of the pocket. Rolling right and going deep. He's got it along the sideline. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, after seeing that, sign me up for another 2 quarters there in Eugene. And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Going to the run to start this second half. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. From the gun, running back gets to give. Oh, he's got some space. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. The Ducks are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Throws for the tight end. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Couldn't find his man, and they'll give up the football on downs. Here comes the Texas offense. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
They've already got a bunch of sacks on them today and another quarterback pressure. This offense has to try to find a way to get the ball out a little bit quicker, to protect their quarterback a little bit more, whether it's screens, whether it's draw.
He smashes his way through again. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Might as well give it to him again. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Able to move it ahead a couple of yards. He gets it down to the 20. The Longhorns are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Gets the back moving. Complete on 3rd down. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
And I love the aggressiveness by the defense. Third down and short, I'm going to play with my DBs up, play aggressive, try to take away those RPOs, those quick throws, those easy routes. Did a really good job and made the tackle, forcing the fourth down.
A bold decision to go for it on fourth down, and one that did not pay off. Trying the left side. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage. Able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe.
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
Offensive linemen are offensive linemen for a reason. They're not as fast as those guys on the edge. And you could see that defensive end came screaming off the edge, got to the quarterback before that O-lineman could do anything about it. Nice job of that defensive end. Scoop them sacks, baby.
Can't make the connection in the defense, putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. The Ducks will try to pin them back with the punt. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
Lewis wants to pass. Got him downfield. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. And the Longhorns come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41. And the Longhorns will have it 1st and 10. They'll move the tight end. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. The Longhorns trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Grabbed in the backfield. It's McCutcheon. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Now on third down for this offense. From the gun, wants to pass. And that one's incomplete as they tried to hit him with a big play on the final snap of the third quarter. Fourth quarter is coming up. No question they wanted to get the ball to their playmakers, and both receivers have come up big through 3. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Working that left side. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. The Longhorns are marching down the field. Looking to pass inside the red zone. It's complete on the right side. Touchdown, Texas! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
And that's why this running back is so dangerous. It's not just handing him off the football, but he's a weapon in the passing game. You see his ability to catch it, turn upfield, make people miss, and find the end zone.
And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Nebraska is up big right now in what's shaping up to be a blowout they'll be talking about in Lincoln for some time.
They'll give it to the back. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. The give to the running back from the shotgun. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The run from the shotgun. They're just trying to flex the muscle. They get him down at the 34 after a pickup of 4.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
And they've been fun to watch today, man. Like, they're staying aggressive late in the game. They've built a cushion. They've built a lead. But you can just tell the confidence and the swagger they have. They've been able to do what they want today, take care of business. And this is an offense that I think...
And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon!
Yeah, the offense putting up more points. And guess who's jacked up? This home crowd starting the season off with offensive fireworks and looking to go 1-0. They are loving their squad.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Tatum. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. The Longhorns with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. And the returner will be knocked down. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. On target to the left. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? This is what got this team in this position to win this game. Aggressive offense, taking shots. Here we are in the fourth quarter. They've got the lead. Why stop now?
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Makes the grab. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. And the Ducks come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot?
Touchdown, Ducks! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Salt into wound, right? Late in the fourth quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and give me another touchdown.
He'll bring it out. It's Tatum. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Lewis to throw. Got his man down the middle. Boy, that was a precision play all the way around. Throw, catch, tackle, bang, bang, bang. And the Longhorns line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to get it through the air. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. And the Longhorns will call on their punt team. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Boy, they have delighted these home fans here by putting this game in a hammerlock, David.
Yeah, this crowd's been jacked up. They've been excited. Now they get to breathe a little.
Got it inside the 10. He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it 1st and goal from the 1. And while this game is all but decided, the offense's job is to score. So they might try to score again. And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. This is an absolute blowout.
And everybody's getting in on the fun now for this offense. From the opening whistle, they have been up and down the field. Starters are scoring. You've got backups in the game now. And I love the play calling. These guys came to your school to play in this offense to score touchdowns, so let them go do it. Make this defense prove they can stop it.
And the returner is stopped. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. This has been an old-fashioned fanny paddling, David. I mean, they've just got taken behind the woodshed.
There's nothing to say. This has been an absolute beatdown. Dominated from the start, Jesse, to almost the finish now. They have done nothing right.
Everyone's going to have a real hard look at themselves, I think, this week after watching the film and in practice. And they've just got to take accountability. They have to understand, man for man in this offense, they've got to do a better job next time they're on the field.
Got it behind the line. It's McCutcheon. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming.
And it's all about coachable moments, and obviously they have not had a ton of success throwing the ball in this game. But as a coach, I think you're just looking for positives, like that play right there, even late in the game. Taking your steps, making the right read, an accurate throw, positive plays that you can build upon offensively for the next game.
The Longhorns will punt it away on 4th down. Signals for the fair catch and looks it in at the 40. One more play to pad the stats. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Looking for a huge play. Catch inside the 30 and still running. Takes it into the end zone for the touchdown in the final play. The denouement. The epilogue. The finishing touch. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David,